This is Rajah Marie, and I just jumped off the porch for Dirty Glove Bastard.
You don't even in my line like you used to. You don't even do drive-bys like you used to. You don't really want to spend time.
All right, we got Rajah Marie jumping off the porch with us today.
Hey.
How you feeling today?
Feeling great. How are you feeling?
Feeling all right. I'm feeling all right.
Good.
For sure, for sure. It's a pleasure to have you here on the porch with us today.
Yes, definitely. I'm excited to be here.
I see.
Yeah.
So what you been getting up to this weekend? It's BET Award weekend. So what's the city like for you?
I came down to Atlanta just to come jump off the porch,
Okay.
But just really been writing in the studio a little bit, but yeah, that's it.
For sure. And how would you describe your time here in Atlanta when you come home?
It's definitely usually more business than anything now. Just, interviews, little shoots here and there, but it's still a vibe.
For sure. So how would you compare Atlanta to Delaware?
There is no comparison. Delaware is very small, no shade. It's just full of kind of like small-minded people. A lot of people that are there have been there for, ever. And not a lot of people want to move out of that place. But, once you come to a place like Atlanta where everybody is like, I got to get it, I got to go. It's like artists everywhere. It's music, it's art, it's this, it's that. It's like a hub for a lot of different things. So it's definitely, for a creative person, it's a better space to be.
Real spill.
Yeah.
So what does one go to Delaware to do? You know what I'm saying? What is there to do in Delaware?
I haven't been there in a minute, but at least, it's like a few skating rinks and that's about it. It's a bowling alley or something like that, but most people just do stuff like that. It's like a family place for real.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So talk about when you relocated to Atlanta as a teenager.
It was definitely really tough because, I wasn't so sure how I would fit in for real, because I'm like I won't say antisocial. I'm definitely one person who keeps to myself, so I was afraid that, I wouldn't be able to make any friends or anything like that. And I did, for the most part, still stick to myself. Definitely coming to Atlanta, happy I did because it opened up a lot of opportunities for me music-wise. Yeah, it was tough because I was a teenager and I had all my friends in Delaware that I grew up with. But coming here, my eyes were open to a lot of different types of people.
That's real. Mm-hmm. So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
Honestly, I would say I was about 19 when I finally was like, all right, I'm gonna do this on my own. I got, my own goals and I want to be able to take care of myself. My thoughts may not have aligned with my family's at the time. And, I had to kind of take a leap of faith or jump off the porch, to pursue my dreams and stuff like that. So it was definitely a lot of tough decisions.
That's real. When would you say you discovered your passion for music?
A minute ago. I was pretty young. I have family who was always into music, but I would probably say the moment that I could talk, I was singing, always did talent shows, all of that good stuff. I was in the band, I played the tuba. Everything has always been music all through elementary, middle, high school, and now as an adult, it's just what I do. Even when I was younger, I think it was like 4th grade, I actually went to America's Got Talent. And I didn't get far. But
you went though.
I know, I went, and it was definitely a cool experience. It did something for my confidence, for myself. I was just like, I can do this, I'm gonna go. And again, I was young, so it didn't last very long, but it was definitely a cool experience.
That's real. At what point in life would you say you decided, this is what I want to do?
I would probably say, it's actually funny because for a minute, I kind of put music on the back burner. I was actually in college and I was going to school for nursing and I thought, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be comfortable, live a comfortable, regular life. And I was kind of putting music on the back burner as kind of like a hobby at that point. And so I really was I was working a part-time job actually, and that's when I met my manager. And I ended up sending over a reference track because I always was making music and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, this is hard. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And so before I knew it, we was in the studio. We was mix it. None of the songs was mastered, none of that, but we had just whole catalog of stuff before I even knew it. And then I was like, you know what? That person actually really, my manager helped me believe that I could do it for real. So
that's real.
That was, yeah.
How hard was it for you to decide that nursing school wasn't for you?
That was actually really tough. I kind of, dragged it all the way to the end. I was kind of fooling myself because, to be honest, I wasn't doing that well in school because I didn't put enough priority on it. And then it's something, that my mom wanted me to do. So I'm like, I'm gonna be disappointed in her if I drop out. So I think what it came down to was what do I want to do like for the rest of my life? Am I gonna want to clock in? And it's great being a nurse, and we need nurses and stuff like that, but am I gonna be happy to do that? Probably not, when I have this huge passion for music that I know, you know, finally I believe in myself enough to think I can do something with it. So it was tough, and I definitely got a lot of backlash for it, you know, family like, why would you do that? Why would you drop out? And I'm just like, all right, y'all gonna see, just give me a little time, give me time.
Just give me some
yeah.
time. So what was the plan once you dropped out of nursing school?
Well, the plan was, one, to make as much money as possible, because
Facts.
definitely I'm learning in this game. If you don't have the money to put behind yourself or behind promotion, behind marketing and all that good stuff, you won't really get very far. I mean, now it's not so much about like your talent, it's just about personality. It's about, you know, what can you put behind yourself and how can you market yourself the best. So definitely make as much money as possible to where, you know, I can put out music videos and master this song and, you know, basically be able to afford to present myself the best way that I can. So that was the plan. That's still the plan. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So once we dropped out, did you go get a job? Did you pick up a hustle?
I actually kept the same job. Definitely got the side hustles like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Lyft, anything.
Whatever
anything that I could
it.
do, right? Yeah, to make it by any means, I was gonna do it. So even still to this day, just doing everything I can.
That's real. How would you say that keeps you humble yet focused?
I think I'm humble because I know like how hard that I'm working, and I put out the product. I'm proud of it. And so I'm just like, I understand that it's a lot of people that maybe don't have the same opportunity, you know, as I do. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt, because at any moment it can be taken away from me, and I'm just give my, you know, my best, my 100%. So.
How important would you say it is to be humble in this industry?
Actually, I would say you got to have a mixture of both, because, I mean, you have people that can be super humble, and those are the people most of the time that get walked over. I mean, you can be like, oh, I'm all right. Like, you know, you'll have someone come to you with opportunity. It's like, I think I could do it, maybe. Just trying to be humble, but then you get looked over. So sometimes you just got to be like, I'm the shit. I know I am. And you got to kind of walk with that confidence, because if not, you're definitely going to get passed up in a lot of opportunities.
That's real. Describe your creative process to us.
I would say it's actually a little weird. Honestly, I make reactionary music. So basically, something could happen to me an hour ago, yesterday, or today even, and I'm going to go write a song about it. Definitely, most of the time, I'll go through something, literally go in the car, write some bars in my notes, and then we're recording it the next day. So it's definitely reactionary. Pretty much all of my songs are the result of something real, something that happened to me, something that, you know, either is happening right now or just happened. So then I go to do like the music video, and they're like, I need you to be in the emotion. And I'm just like, I don't feel that way no more.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard when you make music that way to kind of get back in that mode for like, you know, performing and stuff like that. But I would definitely say it's a lot of situations that have happened to me, and I kind of react, and it's like, I got to get this out. This is my time. You know, I'm talking shit in my music about the situation. So stuff like that. That's how I make music.
That's real. How would you describe your sound and your style of writing, and not only writing but singing, to somebody who's probably never heard your music before?
That's actually a tough one, because I don't think I have a specific sound, because, you know, one day I might make like a drill song, one day I might have like some dance hall pop song. So I got a lot of different versions. I would just say it's just a mixture of everything. It's a mixed bag. I like a whole bunch of different types of music, so I make a whole bunch of different types of music. Definitely into R&B, but it's a lot of everything.
That's real. What is it that you want listeners to take from your music?
I think I want people to feel confident when they listen to my music. I want them to relate to me, or maybe if they're going through similar situations, I want them to be able to listen to my song. Like, I know for myself, I listen to Drake and I'm in my feelings, and like I relate to every single word, regardless if it's the same situation. But just making that music that everybody can kind of relate to, even if you're not in that situation.
That's real. So besides Drake, who are some of the other influences you would say have an impact on you?
It's quite a few. I would say like her, definitely like Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, those people, Drake for sure. And I think, when I was younger, Adele was like my everything. That was actually a song I went and sang on America's Got Talent. Like I would sing that song for everything.
Which one?
What
song? What Adele song?
Rolling in the Deep. Every single time.
Yeah.
That was my go-to. She was my, that was my dog. So definitely her was one of them. But, as far as today, definitely her, Lauryn Hill, Drake. Those are my biggest ones.
What about those artists would you say inspires you, and how do you get inspired but not copy? You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah. Definitely don't want to imitate anybody's style, but I think for her, I think her temperament is kind of similar to mine, just the way that she writes, the way that she carries herself on a daily basis. And then as far as like Drake goes, I feel like when it comes to rapping and singing, because my music now has changed a little bit to where I'm actually making more melodic tunes, but I was like into straight Philly hard rap. Like that's what I did, and I kind of tweaked my image a little bit to where I can be more versatile. It's all about versatility, and I feel like with Drake, he's versatile in that way to where he'll make a song where he's doing this melodic tune, and then he'll make a track where he's rapping, and I feel like that's where I relate the most.
That's real. So if I'm in the studio, right, I don't know how to sing.
Okay.
What's some pointers you'll give me?
Definitely just when I first got in the studio, your singing voice outside the studio is not the same as when you go in the studio. It's definitely totally different. You just got to get rid of nerves. You can hear nerves when you're in the studio if you're nervous to hit certain notes or stuff like that. I think it's really just being confident in what you're saying. Definitely knowing your lyrics. It's been times when I like rushed and made a song, and then I would go in the studio to record it, and it's like I can't hit that note because I don't know what the note is because I didn't practice it enough. So I would say practice, know your lyrics, and be confident in what you're saying.
That's real. When can we expect new music?
Well, I actually just dropped Used To. It's a song kind of like, a man doing you dirty kind of thing, definitely. So I think it's something that, people would rock with. I am working on a lot of stuff at one time. I don't want to just put things out, especially if no one's listening. I want to get myself, in a good place and put everything together to where it makes sense when it drops. So definitely expect some more stuff from me, but right now, Used To is out on all platforms.
Okay. Y'all tap into Used To.
Used To.
Where did the inspiration for that record come from?
It was definitely...
Well, you already told nigga doing you.
I was gonna say,
you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say it's definitely, about a situation that I went through, and it's sort of storytelling a little bit in the song, but I'm basically just kind of talking shit, like basically like, all right, you did all this, and I just want to let you know how I feel. I want to come at you, so I'm gonna put it in a song. That's basically what it is. That's usually what it is for me too.
That's real. When can we expect the full-length project?
A full project? I don't have any like specific dates. I have a lot of music that's kind of cataloged right now, ready and mastered, but I want to put out, a cohesive project. So kind of piecing together. So it can be
Okay. How would you rate your experience in the industry so far as a young black woman?
I would say I'm really learning just kind of like the back end of everything. I used to think that all you had to do was just make good music, but it's definitely a lot more. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a lot more than just taking out your pen and pad and writing a song. So it's definitely a lot of politics. It's about where you put yourself, definitely. And yeah, that's really, I'm learning the marketing side, and that's really the most important side.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Why do you feel marketing is so important for artists?
Well, I can make 1 million songs and I can put them on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever I want to put it on all platforms. But if I don't market it correctly, it's not going to get to the right people. You won't be able to hear me. I mean, not a lot of people are going to go on YouTube randomly and search up Rajah Marie. It's just not going to happen. So you got to put yourself in those right places so that the right people are listening and you can gain your fan base that way. So if I put out ads and I go and advertise myself like, hey, go check out my song, that way people know I'm there. So, I think that's the biggest thing.
That's real. How do you connect with your fan base?
Well, right now, kind of on social media, just do little messages and stuff like that. I definitely do respond to a lot of like DMs and stuff where people are, being encouraging and all that. It's really social media. I think that's what a lot of people use right now, everywhere. Social media is the thing, so TikTok, all of that. So just basically doing that, showing a little bit of personality where people can connect with you a lot more.
That's real. How do you take it when, I'm pretty sure you get mistaken for a rapper often?
Not as much anymore, but I think that's because it's come with practice and time and just like knowing that I don't gotta be this hardcore.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to ask.
all the time. Yeah, I definitely it's about versatility. So yes, I can still rap, and you might hear rap in my songs, but I do know that a lot of the times it's those melodic hooks that'll get people that'll listen to your song over and over again. So I understand the importance of both, because sometimes you just want to hear some hard shit, some bars that you can rap to in the car, and that's what I'm here for. I do a little bit of everything.
Okay. I thought your basketball roots was gonna come out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes, you know, when I was playing basketball, I did get mistaken for this like mean, I just was mean mugging on the court and stuff like that. And then you meet me in person, and I'm like this sweet, soft girl. And that's how it is with music too. It's like I'm making music sometimes that's a little bit aggressive or abrasive, and then you meet me and it's like, that can okay, like it's the same person. Right. So yeah, it's definitely a way to express yourself for sure.
And when would you say you started to notice when your hard work was paying off?
I feel like now, actually, just all of the, you know, staying up on social media, responding to this, responding to that, making all these music, making sure I'm making the best product and putting it out there and getting positive feedback from people who are actually following every single post that I make or commenting on everything, people who will listen to my songs. No matter what, they're gonna find a way to listen to it. Definitely, it feels really good to see, you know, some progress. I think I have a long way to go, and definitely a lot of hard work to put in. But I think we on the way up.
That's real. That's real. How would you describe the journey to get to where you are right now? And when would you say, how do you celebrate the highs and deal with the lows?
I feel like, as far as celebrating, I mean, it's not a lot of time to really celebrate. It's kind of like, oh, that worked, that's cool. And it's kind of like you go right into what's next. It's just kind of like, all right, that music video did great numbers. How can we top that this time? And I feel like if you celebrate, I mean, it's good to celebrate your wins for sure and take a moment, but you can't forget that while you take your time to celebrate, somebody else still working underneath you. And, you know, they might surpass you while you're sitting there like, oh, I just had this one big win. Meanwhile, you know, you're getting passed by. So I think it's good to like stop and acknowledge, like, I'm proud of myself, I'm doing this, but then you get right back to it. And the lows, it's gonna be a lot of lows, because, you know, it's billions of people in this world, it's millions of artists in this world, and a lot of people want to be at the top of the top. So it's always gonna be those disappointing moments where, oh, this song didn't do too well, or oh, this video didn't get that many views and stuff like that. And you just gotta kind of tweak yourself and just be like, all right, how can I do it better next time? And you just go right back at it. So I think it's just being gracious with yourself, being gentle with yourself, and not being too hard.
That's real. How easy would you say it is to get discouraged while chasing your journey?
Well, I think just going back to when I was dropping out of college and making that decision, one of the biggest things was like, I know this cannot fail. Like, this can't fail. If I'm dropping out of school for this and I already got the student debt and student loans and stuff like that, this cannot fail. So a lot of the times you expect like this instant gratification for what you're about to do. Like, oh, I'm gonna put this song out and it's gonna blow up overnight. Like, a lot of people think that way, and then when it doesn't happen, you're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it no more, I'm gonna go back. But again, once you do that, like, you kind of take yourself out the game. You gotta just keep going back at it, no matter what it is.
That's real spill. What's next for Rajah Marie?
Look, I can't even tell you. I just know it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I definitely am super excited to drop some more music. I'm excited for you guys to get to know me a lot more, you know, as time goes on, as I do bigger and better things. Just know it's a lot. So October looks pretty spooky.
October looks promising.
It's looking spooky.
What is it that you would say you want most from your music career?
I definitely just it's just something that I have always dreamed of. I know I have this deep passion for music. I just want to be able to, you know, be a role model for anybody who, you know, maybe those who are in school right now who feel like they're forced to go because their family wants them to. Anybody who feels like, you know, they can't pursue their dreams because of what people will think of them, because it's going to be too hard, they're not good enough. I feel like if my music can help those people go and do, you know, whatever it is they want to do, then I feel like I succeeded there. And, you know, to live a comfortable life and just be able to do all the things that I want to do without any worries.
That's real. Besides music, what's some of the other business endeavors you would say you want to pursue?
I think besides music, definitely want to get on the other side, maybe not the artist side, but, you know, just kind of like, you know, again, the marketing side. I think, you know, discovering new talent might be pretty cool. And that's pretty much later on. I think, you know, like photography, all those good, I think those are good skills to have just for anybody. So yeah, just a few of those.
That's real. What else you working on right now?
You said what else? Other than, you know, just writing and being in the studio right now, that's pretty much my main focus, and just getting my music out there, building my platform for sure.
Any last words and shout outs?
Let's see. Well, shout out to my manager, because you're the reason that I even pursued this. Definitely thank you guys for having me, for sure. It's definitely a cool experience to be here. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Rajah Marie, we appreciate having you on the porch with us today.
Thank you.
For sure.
You don't even hit my line like you used to. You don't even do drive-bys like you used to. You don't really wanna spend time. You don't really